Yep, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Alex Show. It's me, your host, Just Alex, aka favorite community college dropout with opinions. How y'all doing today, man? You doing good, looking good, smelling good. Hope you feeling good. First of all, happy belated Mother's Day. Excuse me, happy. Oh shit. Excuse me. Happy belated Mother's Day. I know I didn't record last week, so I didn't get to say it. I didn't get to say it early, but happy belated Mother's Day. Hopefully, all went well. Everybody felt appreciated. I hope everybody's mother felt appreciated. Well, yeah, man. Other than that, I hope y'all had a good weekend. It was graduation. Well, it is graduation season, so it was a lot of people I've seen graduating or had somebody that was close to them that graduated in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I believe still in the coming month or so. So congratulations on everybody that was graduating. Shout out again to my little brother. I know I've been talking about it for the last couple of episodes, but his graduation was this past was it Friday? Thursday. Yeah, it was this past Thursday. So no, Wednesday. My fault. Wednesday, because yeah, it was in the middle of the fucking week. But shout out to my little brother again for that. Congratulations again to him and all his classmates and friends and whatnot that graduated with him. But also, just shout out and congratulations to everybody else that might be listening or might have somebody that they close to that's graduating, or whatever the case may be. Congratulations to everybody. Let me see. Other than that, I don't really think a lot happened over the weekend. Any music? It was a couple. Songs at the very least that came out, but I believe it was some albums that actually came out this weekend. Let me see. I know and I'm gonna get into that in just a second. Durk was supposed to drop, or he faked out like he was supposed to drop. Actually, NBA YoungBoy dropped over the weekend. Damn, I thought it was more people than that. Soldier Boy dropped. I didn't even know that shit was coming out, but Soldier Boy dropped something over the weekend. I'm probably never gonna listen to that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what the fuck Soldier Boy got to say right now. Let me see. What else do we have? As far as hip hop, that was pretty much it. What we got in R&B? I don't think anybody came out. Did Janelle Monáe shit come out, or she might just be doing a promo for her shit? Yeah, I don't see her. I don't see her on here. When did Omarion drop something? Oh, he dropped something 2 weeks ago. I ain't heard nothing about that. I wonder what that sound like. Daniel Caesar, this must be the deluxe. Okay, yeah, I was finna say that because he dropped his shit a couple weeks ago. He might have dropped his shit originally last month. Actually, Keke Palmer. I wonder what a Keke Palmer album sounds like. I've never listened to. I don't think I've ever heard a Keke Palmer song, let alone an album. I might actually check that out just to see what she's talking about. But let's see. Yeah, that came out last week. Keke Palmer, Big Boss. I wonder. Like I said, I'm very interested to see what that might sound like. But other than that, nothing else really came out. I guess I go ahead and get into, since I mentioned YoungBoy. So let me see. And yeah, okay. So NBA YoungBoy dropped, like I said, this past Friday, and he dropped because Lil Durk had also just recently announced that he had an album coming out, but I don't know what was going. I don't know what's been going. I don't know what happened with the Lil Durk album, because he was doing promo for the album as if he was going to drop us a quote unquote surprise album, or last minute surprise album. Anyways, I know I came in here maybe 2 episodes ago. No, it might have been last episode when I talked about the song that he was. I think at the time he had just previewed it, the song with him and J. Cole. So he ended up dropping that song last Friday, but he didn't actually drop his album. But the crazy thing is, if you go and look on his album, it says that the whole album was supposed to drop last week. Excuse me. So I don't really know what that's about. So the internet is speculating that NBA YoungBoy dropped his album because, of course, and this goes back to, I know I mentioned this. It's probably been a while, but NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk have an ongoing beef. So, the what the rumor kind of is, or the total of the situation kind of is Lil Durk announced that he was dropping a last minute surprise album that was supposed to come out last Friday. So then NBA YoungBoy seen this and he said, "Okay, bet I'm gonna put my album out and we gonna see whose album sells the most," kind of thing, right? So it was supposed to be like this head up one on one thing, like whose music is better, whose fans are better, who's gonna sell more. Of course, we got that whole thing in hip hop where it's you got to be the number one album or your album doesn't count, kind of thing, right? So again, Dirk put his date out there saying that it was gonna be last Friday, which was the 12th. And so NBA YoungBoy decided, all right, cool. Since you gonna drop yours, I'm gonna drop mine too. We gonna see. So then Dirk pulls a quote unquote bluff, as he calls it, and he posts that actually the only thing that's dropping last Friday was going to be the song with J. Cole. So he took to his Instagram and posted the cover, the album cover, and the actual date, which is supposed to be, I think, this week, if I'm not mistaken. No, let me see. Let me see real quick. Let me look this up real quick. When did he say? Okay, the 26th. So May 26th, he posted Lil Durk got on the Instagram. He posted the cover art to his album, and the caption says, "Almost sealed the album, May 26th." Aha. So the aha at the end of that caption is a callback to a record that Lil Durk has. That's a diss song to NBA YoungBoy and just the internet in general, where the whole like uh I guess clowning them, the internet trying to clown Dirk because he hadn't quote unquote spun for Vaughn yet. He ain't got his revenge for King Von passing away because of course um when King Von passed away he was involved in a fight with Quando Rondo, and Quando Rondo's best friend, I believe, was the one who actually pulled the trigger and killed King Von. And Quando Rondo is basically right hand man and an artist to NBA YoungBoy, which is how this whole beef got started. This whole back and forth got started. So, anyways, yeah, the Aha song that Dirk released on his last album was a diss song directed at NBA YoungBoy and people who basically thought like NBA YoungBoy or just was talking shit about Dirk in general about the King Von situation, right? So the it's really seeming like, because I want to say when he previewed the snippet of the song, did it say? Give me 1 second. I'm looking right now. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see when exactly Dirk alluded to his album coming out. Let me see. 100,000 comments. I'm dropping cover art and date. My bluff. Shout out. Cover art and date. Call my bluff. Okay. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. Okay. Yes. So before the actual before he got on, when was this? On the May 2nd. So the beginning of this month, he got on Instagram and started promoting the song that he has with J. Cole. And then he posted another thing that says 100,000 in the caption of him promoting the song, previewing the song with him and J. Cole. He says 100,000 comments. I'm dropping album cover and date. Call my bluff. Shout out to J. Cole. Or go. I'm back. So then the next post, he got the 100,000 comments, and the next post is, I guess it's an alternate cover of his album, and it says, the caption of that one says, "Y'all won 100,000 comments May 12th. Pre-save now. Link in bio." So with that, he basically led the internet to believe and led everybody to believe that his full album was dropping on May 12th. So then we fast forward and go to the new Instagram, the latest Instagram post that's on Dirk's page. Excuse me, and it's a new album cover that's titled with the caption with the album May 26th and the aha at the end. So it's looking like after NBA YoungBoy came out and said, all right, bet, since you dropping on the 12th, I'm going to drop some shit on the 12th, and we going to get this shit cracking. Now it's looking like Durk kind of ran from the smoke. I mean, to put it in short terms, that's exactly what it's looking like. It's looking like Durk ran from the smoke from NBA YoungBoy because, and I come in here and talk about this shit all the time because I feel like enough people don't be talking about the shit the NBA YoungBoy be doing. This nigga be doing numbers, and he drops several times a year. So his NBA YoungBoy's last project was, I think, like last month sometime. This shit might have been like 2-3 weeks ago. Let me see real quick. Let me go to his actual name. Give me 1 second. I'm so glad my internet is working, and let me not say that and jinx this shit because it'll fuck around and stop. But let me see. Before last Friday, NBA YoungBoy's last album was April 21st. So that was what, 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. And he dropped a whole new album just on some petty shit because Durk was dropping and he wanted to compete. So now, again, it's really looking like Lil Durk ran from the smoke from dropping with NBA YoungBoy because, again, this little nigga NBA YoungBoy does numbers, and he drops several times a year. So now everybody's kind of like, again, on Durk's ass, kind of like, all right, bro, what we doing now? Like, you act like you wanted to smoke and all this shit, but then you found out that this man was dropping his album the same day as yours, and you pushed your album back conveniently, or you did a pump fake on releasing your full album and just put the your first single out. It's like, all right, fam, like what this shit is looking kind of funny, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. So my thing with this shit is, though, again, NBA YoungBoy just dropped some shit on the 21st of last month. Then he turns back around again and dropped some shit last week, which was the 12th. All I'm saying is this nigga YoungBoy was on house arrest for 2-3 years, and this little nigga wasn't doing nothing but making and putting out music constantly. It's not gonna take nothing for this little nigga to get back in the studio, or not even get back in the studio, to look back on his fucking hard drive and find about 10, 15 more songs to put out again on the 26th, just to go head up with Durk again. And the shit with that is really gonna be, if this nigga YoungBoy put out another tape and he fuck around and outsell Durk then, and fuck around his last album that he just put out on the 12th, outsell Durk too, Durk really gonna be looking like a sucker in this situation, because it's like you did all this fucking pump faking and promo and shit, and you still can't outsell this nigga, and he done dropped 3 albums in the last, what? If YoungBoy drops another one on the 26th with Durk, that'll be what, his 3rd album in a month, just shy of a month. So that's gonna be crazy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like YoungBoy is petty enough to do that shit, to drop some shit again on the 26th, just to make sure and to guarantee that him and Durk get that head up with their album sales. And also, I feel like the NBA YoungBoy fans is petty enough to just go and stream that shit just to make fucking sure, just to make absolute certain that this nigga YoungBoy outsells Durk, because these little young niggas feed into that shit as if it's their real life too, which is a whole nother story in itself, because if I'm gonna keep it a bug with you, some grown niggas out there that be feeding into this shit like they actually living this shit too, but I ain't here to talk about y'all right now. Anyways, but yeah, and within Durk doing this rollout shit, he's really pushing this positive message, because the song with him and J. Cole is more on a positive note. Niggas on Twitter was saying that this nigga Durk put out a ghetto I Believe I Can Fly with J. Cole, and this nigga is running around. I think the new mayor of Chicago was in a music video for it. I want to say he been posting pictures with the new mayor of Chicago and all this shit, talking about he's really pushing this positive message and whatnot, and it's good. It's a good thing for the kids. But my whole thing about it is that song with J. Cole is track number 3. Nigga, by the time track number 4 come around and get about 30 seconds in, this nigga gonna be right back to talking about spinning the block and shoot some shit up. So I don't understand. Well, I guess I do understand because it is a different way to promote the shit, but I don't understand why you doing this shit. And then at the same time, Durk also got on Instagram and posted a DM. So he DM'd Tekashi 6ix9ine. He was basically trying to set up a fight. And yeah, in the DM, you still got it up, so you can still go look at it. But in the DM, like I said, Durk reaches out to Tekashi 6ix9ine and basically says, let's set up a fight, 3-round fight. Let me see. I don't want you. This is what Durk. This is the initial the initial DM that Durk sends 6ix9ine. I don't want you hurt or dead. You a kid from the burbs. I got First of all, $50 million for these niggas to fight is fucking ridiculous. I got $50 million. I got $50 million my own without. Hold on. I got $50 million. I got $50 million my own. $50 million my own money without help to fight you on TV in Dubai. We can double the money 3 rounds. Go talk to your rich friends. Let's set it up September. Stop the violence. 6ix9ine then responds, which is the funniest shit in the world to me. But 6ix9ine then responds, it's so funny because I know you on album press run. You need anything to promote this album since NBA Youngboy not biting the bait. But I want to fight you for no money, pussy. For free. Come to Miami. Where'd it go? Come to Miami. Let's get a hotel room and just throw down one-on-one. So the reason that shit is so funny to me is because as much shit as motherfuckers talk about 6ix9ine, this nigga is a marketing fucking genius, my nigga. He knows all the tricks and all the tricks and trades and gimmicks and all this shit because that's what the fuck he was doing when he was out. Showing up the fucking where was he at? Showing up the O Block at like 4:30 in the morning type shit when nobody was at home or nobody was outside. Talking about it was 12 o'clock at night and he was just out there posted up. This nigga, come on, bruh. But this nigga was out there with the birds chirping and shit like that. Motherfuckers ain't even woke up yet. Motherfuckers just done went to bed type shit. And this nigga is standing out there again, 4:30 in the morning type shit with armed security and shit. So 6ix9ine knows these tricks. 6ix9ine knows all these gimmicks. But the fact that he said that to Durk in the DMs, and then Durk screenshot that shit and still put it out like it was supposed to be some, I don't know, like it was supposed to be a flex or some hard shit. Like, hey, I asked this nigga 6ix9ine if he wanted to fight for some money. He said no. So, I mean, hey, I guess he don't want no smoke. It's like, no, nigga. This is very clearly exactly what 6ix9ine said. Some shit you doing to get a buzz around your name to promote your fucking album, bruh. But the fact that he called him out on that shit, and you can clearly read it in the messages, and Durk still posted this shit is fucking hilarious to me, bruh. Because it's like, that's very clearly what the fuck it is. And why the fuck is you reaching out to me? If Durk and people like Durk hate this nigga 6ix9ine so much for whether it's the snitching thing, whether it's him not being a real gangster or him not ever being outside by himself so motherfuckers can get him, and first of all, that's something I never understand. The fact that motherfuckers will call you pussy or scared because you don't make yourself readily available to them to do harm to you. Fucking beyond me, my nigga. But anyways, back to the story. If all these motherfuckers hate 6ix9ine so much, why the fuck, when it comes time for y'all to promote some shit, why the fuck is y'all using my name? Why the fuck y'all got my name in your mouth? At this point, nigga, if I'm 6ix9ine, I would be on, and he probably is, but I don't follow this nigga on nothing to know. But if I was 6ix9ine, I would be popping so much shit. Like, these niggas hate me so much. But every time it comes time for them to sell or promote some shit, they got to speak on my name. Why the fuck is that? This nigga 6ix9ine is still a hot commodity out here, and motherfuckers don't want to admit that shit. But anyways, the shit was funny as fuck to me because, again, you hate this nigga so much, and you doing all this positivity shit, but then you trying to set up a fight with this nigga who's supposedly your biggest op at one point outside of NBA Youngboy. It's like, my nigga, come on, bro. And then, too, the fact that 6ix9ine pointed out the NBA Youngboy not taking your bullshit bait, and it's probably going to outsell your ass anyways. But here you is in my DMs trying to set up this bullshit fight in Dubai for a fucking $50 million. What the fuck is Dirk getting $50 million from, bro? I'm not, fam. Let's keep it a buck. These niggas outside of Jay-Z, Diddy, 50 Cent, Drake. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think J. Cole's up there too. As quiet as it's kept. Probably Kendrick. I don't know about Kendrick, but the niggas who got their own festivals and got their own, movies, TVs, business ventures outside of music, I believe all them niggas to be up there. But Lil Durk, I'm sorry, fam. I don't see it. Not yet. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. He could be getting. Well, then again, this nigga Durk, I did come in and talk about a couple months ago. This nigga Durk, he took like what 2 or 3 advances from the label within like a span of 2 months or some shit. So this nigga might have $50 million of somebody else's money, but that's neither here nor there. I don't see where the fuck this nigga Durk got no $50 million from, fam. I'm gonna keep it all with 1,000 with you. I know he showed up to $1 million worth of game with $1 million, but $1 million versus $50 million is a whole lot of money, my nigga. I don't know. I don't see it. I believe that nigga bluffing. But anyways, as I was saying, I just found that shit to be fucking hilarious. That number one, again, 6ix9ine called this nigga out because he, like me, seen that Dirk was kind of running, like me and the rest of the internet, seen that Dirk was kind of running from the NBA YoungBoy smoke and decided you want to have smoke with him. And then the fact that he actually, it's seeming like he did actually run from the NBA YoungBoy smoke and move his album date. That shit is fucking wild. But you supposed to be this big selling, huge artist and all this shit. I don't know. And I listened to the YoungBoy tape. It was a couple songs that I rock with, but after a little while, I'm gonna be honest with you, NBA YoungBoy doing all the yelling and all them loud noises and shit he be having in his music, I'll be kind of over it after a little while. But we gonna see though. We gonna see. Like I said, it's gonna be. I'm definitely finna be paying attention to the albums of YoungBoys, the album sales that YoungBoy should do, and the album sales that Dirk should do. And again, especially if YoungBoy fucking around and drop another tape on us, I'm especially gonna be tuning into that because I definitely want to see what them numbers looking like. But anywho, let's see. Moving on from there, where we going from that after that? I guess we can keep it in music. I know I came in here last episode talking about the Ed Sheeran case with the Marvin Gaye sample or the Marvin Gaye interpolation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So turns out, first of all, Ed Sheeran actually won his case. So shout out to him for that, I guess. But it actually turns out that it wasn't the Marvin Gaye company who, not company, it wasn't the Marvin Gaye estate that was suing Ed Sheeran. It was actually a company who had purchased the publishing of the instrumentalist that actually did I believe it was the guitar that they were saying the Ed Sheeran sampled. So it wasn't the Marvin Gaye estate. It was the company who now owns some of the publishing from that song. They were, I believe, suing. I believe it said that they were suing on Marvin Gaye's behalf, which not sure how the fuck that works, but basically it wasn't directly coming from the Marvin Gaye estate was the whole thing of that. But again, Ed Sheeran did win that case, so they found him not I don't even know if that would be not guilty of using that sample or found him innocent of using it. I don't know how he won the case, fam. Let's just leave it at that. He won that case. So let's see. Moving on from that though. Oh yeah, Kanye, and I actually meant to talk about this maybe the last 2 episodes or so, but Kanye West just recently opened headquarters to, I'm thinking it's still gonna be called Yeezy. I'm not sure if he actually owns the name Yeezy or not, or if Adidas still owns that. But he opened an office in California, I believe, that was like right across the street from the Adidas home office or whatever in California. So that was kind of a thing. And along with that, I also seen a headline, I seen a headline in an article saying that Allegedly Kanye West and Adidas was coming together to basically sell whatever Adidas has left in the warehouse uh in the near future. But to me it's kind of looking like because they said something also about the proceeds from it was going to be donated to some charity. I can't remember what charity or if they even said what charity, but Adidas said on their end anyway that the funds would be donated to something. But to me, it's really just an excuse for them to basically re up on the deal that they had with Kanye, because it's been about what 3 months or so since all that shit happened, and Kanye been kind of quiet outside of a couple pictures here and there. But it was a couple pictures. Then it was the thing where I came in here and talked about he got married, but it was a secret wedding, but they wasn't really married. They was just walking around they was just boyfriend and girlfriend wearing wedding bands or some dumb shit. So outside of that, Kanye kind of got low and shut the fuck up for the past, like I said, 2.5, 3 months or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. Because I want to say that shit was in like December, maybe towards the middle of January. So it's been about, what is it? It's May now, so February, March, April, May. Yeah, so yeah, it's been about 3 months. Been about 3 months or so. But yeah, he got quiet, so the heat is off of him right now. So it's looking like Adidas is trying to creep back in the door before he fucking around and get with somebody else, or somebody else fucking around and come scooping back up and get they shit back cracking again. Because I don't care what you say about motherfuckers, say whatever the fuck they want to say about Kanye. When it comes to selling some shit, that nigga gonna move some shit, bro. These hype beast motherfuckers gonna be out here. They gonna be buying his shit. They gonna be on his shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Since that shit happened, nigga, I got me some of them fucking what is this shit called? The foam runners. I love them shits. I got two pair of them. I got the black ones and the red ones. I love them shits. Them shits comfortable as fuck. It's like walking on air. That's one thing I can say about the Kanye shoe. And funny shit is, I showed it to my mom, and she said them shits is ugly. But it's one thing I can definitely say about Kanye shit, specifically the shoes anyway. As far as the other clothes, I don't really know shit about. But the shoes, that nigga can make some comfortable goddamn shoes, bro. Say that nigga, he can say whatever the fuck he want to say, but as long as he making them shoes comfortable as they making them, hey, I'ma be in there. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Let me see. Outside of that though, oh yeah, there was another thing that I meant to talk about. Actually, I think this just happened though. But Ice Spice recently did an interview with, I think it was Billboard. I'm pretty sure it was Billboard, but I believe it was her and her manager, or her and somebody else. But they sat down with Billboard and they basically said that Ice Spice owns all her masters in publishing, which, of course, that's always a good thing. But at the same time, she really only got 3 songs that's really popping. It's like the Munch shit. It's the shit that sound like SpongeBob, and I want to say it's like one more, but I don't even think she has an album out yet. I know she put like an EP or something out earlier this year, but I don't think she has a full project out. Yeah, she got this Like album, which is only 7 songs, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I highly doubt that they're gonna count this as an actual album. This is who put her album out. This is the name of the company that's associated with her album. Heavy on it / 10K Projects with Capital One Records. That's interesting. I didn't know she was with Capital One. I mean Capital Records. I said Capital One, Capital Records. I didn't know she was with Capital Records. I would have assumed she was with Atlantic. They usually the ones that pick up all the gimmick artists and whatnot. I know they had the Catch Me Outside girl, and I think they had Whoa Vicky too. I think they had Blueface too. So yeah, Atlantic is usually the ones that get all the meme rappers or whatnot. But I mean, hey, shout out to Ice Spice for that. Even if it ain't, but a handful of songs is right now. That's gonna mean a lot down the road. But I know that Munch shit. I know that shit probably went up last year. That In Her Mood shit. That shit probably going up for this year. And also the other one, Boy's a Liar. But I don't even think that's her song. I think that's somebody else's song that she's featuring on in the Bikini Bottom shit. So she might have something because them shits be going up on TikTok. I don't know how TikTok be or how TikTok is with paying out to artists and whatnot. But again, shout out to Ice Spice for that because a lot of these niggas be in slave deals, and if she got her own shit, if she owns her shit, then she got some leverage at the very least when she decides to go somewhere else or whatever the fuck she decides to do. Let me see. Outside of that, as far as music, as far as news related to artists that's or as far as news that's musically related to artists, I believe that's all. So yeah, I guess we can go on to the Coke Boy drama, allegedly. So, the beginning of this month, of course, Cinco de Mayo was 2 weekends ago now. 2 weekends ago. So, it was Chris Brown's birthday. It was also again Cinco de Mayo weekend, and it was also Lovers and Friends weekend in Las Vegas. I think it's in Las Vegas. Pretty sure it's in Las Vegas. Anyways, Usher ended up throwing and hosting a party for Chris Brown and Chris Brown's birthday. So at this party, there's a story that came out, allegedly there's a story that came out that Chris Brown and Usher ended up getting into it at the party because apparently something with Tiana Taylor and something with Chris Brown saying something to Tiana Taylor and Usher basically stepping in on some trying to break it up or just get in between them type shit. And apparently what the story is that Chris Brown said whatever Chris Brown said or was trying to say whatever he was saying or trying to say to Tiana Taylor. Usher stepped in and then they exchanged Usher and Chris Brown exchanged words. Shortly after that, Chris Brown left to go to either his hotel or to his tour bus. And in doing so, Usher decides to follow Chris Brown. It's seeming like it was on some, let's calm this down, like let's, check the temperature kind of thing. And apparently Chris Brown didn't like this shit. And they end up exchanging words again, which led to Usher getting jumped, is what the story is. So Usher gets jumped. This is, again, the night of Cinco de Mayo, which was, I think, on a Friday. And so the next day, which was a Saturday, was the Lovers and Friends concert. And, of course, pretty much everybody who was at the party, as far as artist-wise, was set to perform at the Lovers and Friends concert, which was, in this case, as far as we know anyway, was Usher is headlining. Because if I'm not mistaken, Lovers and Friends is Usher's festival or Usher's concert or whatever. If it's not his concert, he's definitely the face of it. But yeah, Usher is, again, the headliner of the show. Chris Brown is on the set list, and I believe Tiana Taylor has a set list too. I'm not 100% sure about that. But also at the Lovers and Friends concert, allegedly Chris Brown gets into it backstage with, I think it was Missy Elliott and somebody else, or during, it might not have been with Missy Elliott. I think it was during Missy Elliott's set is what I think the story is. So he gets into it at his birthday party with the nigga who threw and hosted his birthday party. Then he gets into it again at the same nigga's concert or festival backstage with somebody else. And it's like, fam, what the fuck is going on, bro? It's fucking Cinco de Mayo and this nigga Chris Brown is CC'd up That nigga off cocaine and Casamigos, goddamn it. That boy was fired up over the weekend, wasn't it? That shit was wild. The only real evidence that we have of anything even happening that night was there's this like blurry ass video of Chris Brown and Usher being like in a skate rink or whatever. Because I want to say the party was thrown at a skating rink out there in L.A. I mean, Las Vegas is what I meant to say. But there's a blurry ass video that you can kind of hear Chris Brown and Usher exchanging words, but you can't really hear what they're saying. The only thing you can actually hear is you can hear Chris Brown say fuck, and then he says something else. Then he says fuck again real loud, and he skates off or runs off or whatever the fuck. That's really the only evidence that we have of these motherfuckers even talking to each other outside of it's like one or two videos of I think Usher getting everybody at the party to sing happy birthday or some shit. But other than that, there's really no real evidence of the shit. Usher ended up getting on, I think it was Instagram, and posted a picture basically of his face saying, like, you motherfuckers talking about I was jumped, but I'm fucking fine. So who the fuck knows? Nobody knows if this shit is actually true. Again, the only evidence that we have is that blurry ass video where you can't really hear shit because there's music playing in the background. So nobody knows. This shit is just an internet rumor for as far as we know right now. But it's really just playing off of Chris Brown having being known for this temper or whatnot, and that people really honed in on it being something with Tiana Taylor. And I want to say I seen something that said it was because Tiana was working with. Tiana was like the director of whatever award show that Chris Brown was supposed to do some kind of tribute for. That Chris Brown's tribute ended up getting canceled, and I'm guessing they was trying to say he was blaming Tiana. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. This is just what the internet has been talking about for the past couple weeks or whatnot, or since it happened. But it's kind of a story that's been dying down now, just because again, if you get quiet on the internet, my nigga, motherfuckers don't forget about it. Unless you certain people, because motherfuckers been on Chris Brown's ass since the Rihanna shit. Even though shit has came out that it was both ways. It was a fight that was both ways, and Chris Brown just won the fight, if we gonna be honest with you. But that shit was over almost 2 decades ago at this point. I want to say that was like 2003. No, that was maybe between 2003 and 2003 and 5 or 6 or something like that. So it's been almost a decade and a half at the very least. But they still be on Chris Brown for anything. But there is he does have a habit of just being in the news when there's something negative about him. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, if you Chris, I guess. But what it sounded like anyway from the alleged story that we got is he tried to remove himself from the situation by going back to his either hotel room or tour bus or wherever he was going, and then Usher followed him, and then it's kind of like, all right, my nigga, I tried to step away, but since you want to bring the shit to me, let's get it going, kind of thing. But again, all this shit is alleged. Nobody knows any of that shit to be true. All we know is some shit that motherfuckers that was supposedly at the party said, and the little bullshit video, but no concrete evidence has come forward. I don't even think with the Missy Elliott shit, I don't think there's no video or audio or anything that came out as far as that. So that shit might really be some bullshit. Only thing that I did see was this nigga doing a backflip, doing that his signature backflip on stage, looking like he was really coked up and out there busting a goddamn move. That shit was hilarious when he was doing his set at the Lovers and Friends shit. But anyways, thoughts and prayers to everybody that's involved, I guess. I don't fucking know. Let me see. What else do we have here? Keeping in with music artists, Tory Lanez was just recently in the news because he got denied. I might have talked about this last episode, but so I'll just breeze through it real quick. He got denied for his motion to get a new trial, and so he's now awaiting his sentencing date. I think he's supposed to be facing 9 to 22 years, which is fucking wild, my nigga. But That's what it's gonna be. And I think after he serves the time, he is also gonna be deported because I'm assuming he has to serve the time. He has to serve the time actually in California where the shit happened, but who the fuck knows? We gonna see where that goes. Let me see. What else do we have? Oh, also before I forget, want to say thoughts and prayers to Jamie Foxx. He's been in the hospital the last couple of weeks. The story is allegedly he had a stroke. I don't think anything has been 100% confirmed, but I have been seeing that he's been in the hospital for a couple weeks now, going on a couple weeks now. The last thing that I did see was he was in physical rehab, and that his family was by his side. So hopefully all is well. Hopefully he gets back on his feet. Because that you just never want to hear anything bad from anybody really, but especially somebody like Jamie Foxx, who is just an all around entertainer in all aspects of entertainment. My nigga, this nigga is a great actor, performer, musician, singer. The nigga might dance a little bit. He might do all this shit. So definitely, like I said, thoughts and prayers to Jamie Foxx and his family. Hopefully, hope for a speedy recovery. Let me see the rest. I believe the rest of this shit is just some bullshit. To be honest with you, because we got let me see. We got we got John Morant. I just seen this shit yesterday. This nigga got back on Instagram Live, waving another gun around. And the crazy part about this one, the crazy part about it this time is you can't even blame the people that he's around no more, because, excuse me, this time it was his homeboy that was on Instagram Live, and they was again listening to NBA YoungBoy, and it seemed like I believe John Morant was driving. Yeah, John Morant was driving, and his homeboy was in the passenger seat, and it looked like they might have been at a stoplight or something. I don't, who the fuck knows. But anyways, his homeboy's on Instagram Live. They listen to NBA YoungBoy, and of course, NBA YoungBoy makes the music that niggas with guns want to be outside with, I guess. And so, you see them again in the Jeep, and Ja just, I don't know why. I really don't know why, but he just pulls out the gun and just starts waving it around. But his homeboy takes the camera and puts the camera down, basically so you can't see that Ja done pulled the gun out. So it's like I was saying, you can't blame the people that's around Ja, because they seem to understand, nigga, you can't have this image of yourself out here like this. But Ja just wants to be out here like he's just this hardcore ass nigga. For what fucking reason? I really don't fucking know. But of course, in his homeboy putting the camera down, motherfuckers was obviously watching the Instagram Live once they seen that Ja was on there, and they were screen recording the shit, and then you take a slow-mo of the screen recording, and you can still see Ja pulling out the gun and holding it up type shit. And it's like, again, just why, bruh? Like, fool me once, but fool me twice. It's like, my nigga, did you not? You just came off suspension, what, a month and a half ago for the same shit? And the first time you did the shit, you kind of get the benefit of the doubt from some people, because it's like you young, you was drunk. It's really because you was drunk. And really because you young and you drunk, quote unquote, didn't really know no better, nothing like that. But this time, there's no excuse, my nigga. You are clearly sober, because you the one behind the fucking wheel. And you just pulled the gun out just be fucking cuz, bruh. I'm really not understanding, fam. The first time it's like you really don't understand it. And it's, again, you try and shoot the nigga some bail, you try and give him the benefit of the doubt, and you try and say it's gonna be a situation where he learns from his mistakes. But the second time, my nigga, all right, you just fucking stupid at this point, dog. You just fucking stupid at this point. You just don't give a fuck because it's the off season now that you can just do whatever the fuck you want, or you think it's because it was your homeboy's page and not yours. You think you just do whatever the fuck you want. You know how fast shit travels on the internet, my nigga. All it takes is for one motherfucker that's cool with your homeboy to say, "Oh shit, this nigga's on live with Ja." And then he gonna send this shit to 5 or 6 people. And by the time you look up, nigga, 10 minutes later, you got 50,000 people in your homeboy shit because you went there and you was as famous as you are. Like, fam, I just don't understand this shit, bro. But I'm very curious to see what a lot of these analysts from SportsCenter and whatnot is gonna say. Specifically, like, who was it? I think Jalen Rose was one of them that was kind of caping for him. Who else was it? Fuck, what is Buddy's name? I can't think of Buddy's name. He used to play for the Knicks, I think. What the fuck was his name? Anyways, it's a handful of these analysts that be on like SportsCenter or Fox 1 or whatever the fuck. That was kind of caping for Ja the first time, saying that I know Paul Pierce was one of them too. But I'm just very interested to see what the fuck they gonna say this time, because this nigga supposedly learned his lesson, but then done the shit again. They put this nigga in rehab for fucking what? I don't know. How the fuck you go to rehab for toting a Glock, my nigga? I'm not understanding that shit, bro. And then on top of that, the nigga had a little pea shooter. You can't really see what type of, well, I couldn't anyway, see what type of gun that he had this time. But I know the first time it wasn't nothing but a little goddamn 22 that we're going to do that, but put a hole in an ant or some shit. It's like, fam, what the fuck is we really doing out here, dog? What the fuck is we really doing out here? Why the fuck? Just why, bruh? Just why, my nigga? Y'all just, I don't understand it. But that's going to be a whole thing for the next, probably 2 weeks or so until Ja, they fucking around and write another public statement on Ja's behalf. Because I want to say last time Nike wrote like a public statement saying that he's going to take accountability for it and we stand by him or some bullshit, whatever the fuck they said. But anyway, bro, that it shit just dumb. But like I was saying, you can't even blame motherfuckers around him, because motherfuckers around him is seeming like, anyway, at least that homeboy is trying to look out for him more than he's trying to look out for himself. And it's like, fam, motherfuckers can't do for you when you don't even want to do for yourself. That's the bottom line of that shit. But anyways, moving on from that, only other thing really is the Freddie Gibbs shit, which it was funny, but it wasn't funny at the same time. So this was what, last week, I want to say. So last week, the rapper Freddie Gibbs, who I'm a fan of, I fuck with Freddie, I fuck with his music and whatnot. But last week, Freddie Gibbs, soon to be baby mama, I think she's still pregnant now, but his soon to be baby mama got on Twitter and basically went on this whole rant, and at the end of the rant, she called herself exposing Freddie because and I read some of the tweets. I didn't read all them shits. It was a shitload of them, but basically the gist of what she was saying was, throughout their whole relationship, Freddie Gibbs was basically telling her how much he loved her, how much he wanted to be with her, how much he wanted a family with her, and all this shit, all this stuff. And not long after she got pregnant, he basically was trying to get rid of the baby. He was basically saying that he wasn't ready for another kid. I want to say Freddie got like 2 or 3 kids now. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this new chick, and I don't know her name, I don't know any of them name, but this new chick, she put out or this rant came from one of Freddie Gibbs' older baby mamas, saying something to her out the way as far as actually having a kid, and saying that Freddie didn't want the kid, but she was trying to force the situation on. It was something along those lines. I don't know. I'm not finna read the whole thing right now because, like I said, the shit is long as fuck. But that from what I remember from the tweets, I want to say that that's a situation with one of his other baby mamas is what started this shit. But Again, at the end of the rant, she basically tried to expose Freddie, saying that he blocked her. Number one, he was basically trying to make her get rid of the baby. He was telling her he didn't want to have nothing to do with her or the baby and all this shit. And then she basically ended the rant with saying, "It's crazy how you doing," something along the lines of, "It's crazy how you doing all this shit to me, and I got a picture of you spreading your ass in my phone or some shit." So motherfuckers immediately took that shit and fucking ran with it. Start calling this nigga Spready Gibbs and all this shit. And bro, it was really just looking bad as fuck for Freddie on the timeline for a couple of days after this shit. But then then the tides changed, as they say. The tables turned, my nigga, because not long after, or in the middle of everybody on Freddie Gibbs' ass and feeling that everybody was on Freddie Gibbs' ass, no pun intended, and basically on the baby mama side, as far as, you know, niggas always doing women dirty and lying to them, telling them they want one thing and then don't want the other, or really wanting the other, and all this shit. So that she was kind of getting the pity train for, it was about 2 or 3 days or so. Then after that, motherfuckers started posting screenshots of her being as pregnant as she is. Like she's not a slim woman by any means, but she was pregnant enough to the point where you could clearly tell this girl is pregnant. And they started posting screenshots of her in porn scenes, because that's the part I didn't mention. Freddie Gibbs' new baby mama is a OnlyFans girl, porn star category. Porn star, OnlyFans, Instagram model type chick. So motherfuckers, like I was saying, shortly after everybody was giving her the sympathy train and whatnot, they started posting screenshots from her being pregnant doing porn scenes. And so, like I said, the tables quickly turned from this nigga Freddie Gibbs is doing her dirty and lying to her, and that's all niggas do and all this shit. And it switched to, oh no, bitch, you out here fucking and sucking and making films and shit, pregnant porn and shit like that. Like, fam, it was like one of the quickest turnarounds that you ever see, that I've ever seen on the timeline. Because, bruh, it's like you never want to get in between. But me personally, I never give a fuck about celebrity shit like that, especially with relationship shit, because 9 times out of 10 these motherfuckers gonna be running right back to each other, just like fucking everybody was talking shit about Durk. I think Durk cheated on India or some shit, and everybody was talking shit about Durk, and then you look up, not even a week or so after that shit happened, they right back together. And then the same with Moneybag and Ari and all them motherfuckers. It be the same shit. Motherfuckers argue, cuss each other out on the timeline, say all this foul shit, and then they be right back to fucking together. But yeah, like I was saying, you hate to get in between some shit like that. But then, like I said, the shit just flipped so quick from this nigga ain't shit to, oh no, bitch, you suck your dick with another nigga's kid in your stomach. Very clearly having another nigga's kid in your stomach. That shit was fucking wild, bro. So that, again, I have never seen the timeline flip on somebody that fucking quick. That shit was damn near immediately. As far when in Twitter, the Twitter timeline, or the timeline of shit being quote unquote exposed on Twitter, and somebody being on one side and then flip flopping to the other, that shit was damn near immediately, my nigga. But it's just, boy, that was a day. That was a day on the timeline. But yeah, other than that's really it, because it would have been very entertaining. I don't think she posted the picture or anything like that, but it would have been very entertaining just to sit here and read the whole thing. But it was a whole lot, and I don't feel like it. And I'm already at an hour, and I didn't even fucking realize it. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I didn't drop an episode last week, so I want to come in and drop one kind of early this week. And actually, if I'm feeling it, I might fuck around and drop another one. Get on my Joe Budden shit and drop 2 podcasts in a week. But who knows? We're gonna see. We're gonna see where this shit takes us. I'm hoping to have my little brother on here within the next couple episodes, so we can talk about what he went to school for, what he's trying to do now that he's out of school, and just things of that nature. But again, shout out to everybody that's graduating this season. Shout out to everybody that's has somebody that's close to them that's graduating. Shout out to all the mothers again. Happy belated Mother's Day. Um, and yeah, outside of that, we finna get the fuck out of here. This has been another episode of Just Alex Show. I've been your host, Just Alex. As always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, DM, cuss me out however the fuck you feel. And thank you for listening. We out.